How we doing, everyone? I just want to thank all the subscribers that I have right now, and for all the subscribers that I will have in the future. I, firstly, the reason why I made this channel, I want to tell the true story of the Tuskegee syphilis study. Not just because my grandfather was a part of that study. There were many more African American men a part of that study that did not have an opportunity to be represented correctly. So this is my way to somewhat, even the playing field. I know you can't go back and change the past. The past is the past. But this is my formal introduction. I have another YouTube channel that I'll be working on more than this one. That's the Eric Patterson channel that talks about dating, relationships, and marriage. You guys can check that one out as well. But with this channel here, it's something that's really close to my heart, and I've been working with other organizations to get the message out and to put out, what really happened during the Tuskegee syphilis study, which is really the United Public Health Services syphilis study at Tuskegee, Macon County, Alabama. And Tuskegee is it's the seat for the county. The county is Macon County in Alabama. So, I still got a lot of stuff that I'm putting together right now that I haven't actually put out, but give me time. I am going to put that information out. So like I said, I already been talking about it. I've been in different forums, been out to California, talking to, different school districts about it. I was in San Bernardino, I was in Lancaster, and everybody want to know the same thing pretty much. They compare the syphilis study at Tuskegee to COVID-19, and they want to know why the African American community essentially skeptical or refuse to get vaccinated. And people think it has direct correlation to what happened, back years ago with the syphilis study. And that's necessarily not true. A lot of people might look at it that way. But just like I said, out in California, and I've spoken to other forums at the National Black Caucus in Atlanta, and I pretty much said the same thing. Black people are skeptical of the government. They're skeptical of private organizations. They're skeptical of each other in a way. It's because of historic mistreatment, systemic racism. That's why we question everything, and that's why we look at you funny if you say, okay, COVID is out now. We're going to come in your community. Companies like Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, we want you to shoot this vaccine in your arm. We're going to save all your lives because we care about you. But like, okay, if you cared about me so much, why are you just coming up now? We got people in here in the community that can't feed their kids. We got people in the community that are graduating out of colleges and universities, never been in trouble and can't find a decent job. So if you can help us now, why can't you help us with some of these other problems we got? And when I look at it, that's how you're going to gain trust in our community. It's something that got to be built over time. And it's nothing that just gonna come. You just can't, click your fingers or wave your magic wand like, okay, this right here is gonna happen. You have to gain people's trust, gain the African American trust by being around, participating, and showing that you care over years. Because just like I said, at a lot of those other forums, if you look at it from the time when we first arrived over here in this country, Jamestown, Virginia, in what was it, 1619, something like that. And you look at what happened during the whole slavery, Civil War, Reconstruction, and even the Jim Crow era, all the way up to today. And you still see it over and over. Historic mistreatment, exploiting people, exploiting black people, to for the riches of the wealthy, and to enrich the United States. And also, when you talk about when you look at it from a law enforcement standpoint, you look at all the crimes, how the punishment don't fit the crime. Have you have a lot of African Americans that are in jail and prison for, they might go out there and hustle and sell a little bit of weed or a little bit of dope, or steal something. Instead of, giving them opportunity, put them on parole or do some type of rehabilitation before they get to prison, you go ahead and you give them 10 plus years. I've worked in this prison system, so I understand this stuff actually happens in the United States, and a lot of it depends on what county and what state you're in. A lot of counties and a lot of states are more strict than others, and stuff like that. And you have to look at that when you have a race of people that's been mistreated, exploited, and used all through the years, and this stuff been passed on from generation to generation. Yeah, they're not gonna trust. It's just natural. So, that's why I started this channel, because I want to get the truth out there. And I'm going to be talking about a lot other than just, syphilis. I'm going to be probably talking about a lot of other diseases and stuff that affect, not just the African American community, but also other communities too, when it comes to health wise. This channel, I'm just starting it out. So as of right now, that's how I envision it to be more of a channel that talks about, health. And like I said, not just for African Americans, but for, the whole United States and essentially the whole world. So if you guys have any questions, or if it's something that you think that I should talk about on this channel, like I said before, I have a lot of wiggle room to play with, because I'm just now starting it off. And, I always welcome your comments, and I always make sure I answer most of the comments, because I'm a real busy guy. I have, like I said, work, and I have another channel, a lot of other stuff, organization that I participate in, in the community. So if I don't answer your question right then, I will, get you an answer as soon as possible. So with that said, you guys be blessed, and I'm going to talk to you next time.